Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, Browns fans. Buckle up because there's some exciting news coming out of Berea that could really shake things up in the AFC North. As the season approaches, the Cleveland Browns are making some interesting moves behind the scenes, especially on the player acquisition front, and that's what we're going to dive into today. You know, the Browns, they've always been a team with a lot of potential, a team that's been building steadily, but now it looks like they're taking some bold steps to ensure they're ready to compete at the highest level. The focus right now is on the running back position, a crucial spot that can often make or break a team's offensive performance in the NFL. And folks, this is no small detail because the Browns understand that the right running back can be the difference in those close games, the ones that decide playoff berths and even Super Bowl aspirations. So, what's the latest? Well, the Browns are actively exploring options in the free agent market. It's no secret that the running back position has become even more dynamic in recent years, and teams are constantly on the lookout for that piece that fits perfectly into their puzzle. Cleveland isn't sitting idly by. They're analyzing their options carefully, weighing talent, but also considering how each player would fit into their offensive scheme. The team's coaching staff and front office are working tirelessly to identify a running back who can bring a fresh spark to their attack, someone who can complement the existing roster and provide the flexibility that quarterback Deshaun Watson and the rest of the offense need. They understand that a versatile, reliable running back can help take some pressure off Watson, especially in those key third-down situations or when they want to establish the run early in games. It's worth noting that the Browns have been pretty strategic in their offseason moves so far. They've already made some key signings on the defensive side, bolstered their offensive line, and have been investing in their depth. But the running back position remains one of their main priorities. They know that, especially in today's NFL, having a stable and effective ground game can open up the entire offense. It can keep defenses honest, control the clock, and set up big plays down the stretch. And let's face it, Cleveland fans, we all remember last season's struggles with consistency in the backfield. The team has shown a desire to fix that and to add a true game changer if possible. Now, in the current market, several players are being considered. Some are experienced veterans looking for a fresh start, others are younger talents with high upside. The Browns are looking at all options, trying to find that perfect fit. They're balancing the talent level with cost-effectiveness, something that's always crucial when working within the salary cap constraints. The goal is clear: to find a running back who can not only produce on the field, but also blend seamlessly into the team's culture and offensive philosophy. You know, Cleveland fans, it's no secret that the AFC North is becoming more competitive every year. The Ravens are always aggressive with their running game and their stout defense. The Bengals have shown they're serious contenders with Joe Burrow and a potent passing attack, and the Steelers are quietly rebuilding a team that could surprise everyone. So, for the Browns, making smart moves now is essential. They want to ensure that they're not just competing, but taking advantage of opportunities to elevate their status in the division. And that's where this search for a new running back comes into play. It's a piece of a larger puzzle aimed at returning to the playoffs and ultimately making a deep run, maybe even a Super Bowl appearance. If we look back at the recent history of the Browns, they've had their share of ups and downs. The 2020 season was a turning point, finally breaking the playoff drought and showing the league that Cleveland is back in the conversation. Last season, the team faced some hurdles, especially in their running game, which struggled at times to find consistency. That's why this offseason's focus on adding a true threat in the backfield is so critical. They want to avoid those frustrating games where the running game stalls and the offense becomes one-dimensional. Instead, they're aiming for a balanced attack, which is so vital in today's NFL to keep defenses guessing. Now, let's talk about the players who are reportedly on Cleveland's radar. While names haven't been officially disclosed, it's clear that the team is looking for someone with that mix of experience and explosiveness. They want a player who can handle the physicality of NFL defenses, break tackles, and also be a threat in the passing game. Having a versatile running back who can catch out of the backfield, run between the tackles, and gain those crucial yards on third down is a top priority. Such a player would give Deshaun Watson more options and make the offense more unpredictable. That's exactly what the Browns need to take their game to the next level. And fans, you know how much the Browns' success depends on those key pieces falling into place. It's not just about signing a name, it's about finding the right fit, a player who can thrive in Cleveland's system and elevate the entire team. The front office is meticulously analyzing each option, considering not just talent but also chemistry, work ethic, and how well the player complements what the team already has. They're also taking into account the financial side, making sure that whatever move they make aligns with their salary cap strategy and long-term plans. Now, let's pause here for a second. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Because folks, the Browns are also aware of how competitive the AFC North has become. The Ravens are always a tough opponent, especially with their dynamic rushing attack and stout defense. The Bengals, on the other hand, have been building a powerhouse with Joe Burrow leading a potent passing game, and they've got a good mix of talent on both sides of the ball. The Steelers aren't to be underestimated either. They're always scheming, always looking for ways to surprise and disrupt. So Cleveland needs to be sharp, precise, and strategic in every move they make, especially when it comes to bolstering their offense. Looking ahead, the Browns are optimistic about what's to come. They're confident that by adding the right running back, they'll be able to establish a more solid and consistent running game that can carry them through the grueling NFL season. It's about creating balance, about making sure that defenses can't just focus on one aspect of the offense. When you have a threat like a top-tier running back, it opens up so many possibilities: play-action passes, quick screens, outside runs, and it makes the entire offense more dangerous. That's the kind of versatility Cleveland is aiming for, and it's not just about the offense. A strong rushing attack helps the defense too. When the Browns can keep the ball on the ground and control the clock, they're giving their defense a chance to rest and regroup. That's vital in a league where injuries and fatigue can turn the tide of a game quickly. Cleveland's defense has been solid, but sometimes overexposed when the offense stalls or can't sustain drives. Improving the running game is a way to take some pressure off the defense and keep the opponent's offense on the sidelines. Of course, Cleveland fans, you're probably wondering who this mystery player might be. Well, the team isn't revealing names just yet, but you can bet that the scouting department is working around the clock, watching tape, analyzing metrics, and making contacts to see who could be a perfect fit. They're looking for someone who can step in and make an immediate impact, someone with a high motor, good vision, and the ability to break tackles and gain those extra yards. The Browns' front office understands that in a league where every inch counts, having a running back who can turn a small hole into a big gain can change the course of a game. And let's not forget, the Browns have a talented quarterback in Deshaun Watson, who's eager to fulfill the team's championship aspirations. Having a reliable running game will only make his job easier, giving him more options and creating more opportunities for big plays downfield. Cleveland's offensive scheme is clearly evolving, and adding a top-tier running back would be the cherry on top for this offensive renaissance. It's about building a team that's not just good on paper, but one that can execute on the field in the most challenging moments. As we look at the bigger picture, the Browns' management is focused on stability and long-term success. They're making smart, calculated moves to build a team that can contend for titles year after year. The AFC North is fierce, and every team is trying to outdo the other, but Cleveland is showing that they're serious about staying competitive. They're making moves that reflect a clear vision, one that involves not just short-term gains, but sustained excellence. The addition of a new running back could very well be the spark that propels Cleveland into the next phase of their championship journey. So, Browns fans, as we await further news, just remember that this team is constantly evolving. The front office is meticulously analyzing every detail, every player, every move that can give Cleveland that extra edge. The season is just around the corner, and with these potential additions, the Browns are positioning themselves to be a force to be reckoned with. It's an exciting time, and I know we're all eager to see how it unfolds. The passion and hope run deep in Cleveland, and that's what makes this team special. The future looks bright, and whatever moves they make in the coming weeks, you can be sure they're doing everything they can to put Cleveland back where it belongs, at the top of the AFC and ultimately chasing that Super Bowl dream. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. Thanks for sticking with me, and let's keep the passion alive.